Hey everybody. Um, I know today at lunchtime when I did my lunch break musings, we did a quick reading on the healthcare and the fact that Speaker Johnson had decided to send everybody home for the rest of the year to avoid the House from being able to vote to extend the healthcare subsidies so that people can continue to afford their healthcare plans. So, because of that action, that meant that as of January 1st, 2026, we would see premiums go up $1,000 plus on every individual. I don't know about you, but I don't have that kind of money laying around. And so, pretty much, I mean, I was getting that there was going to be a fight on it, but that basically we were kind of screwed, to put it bluntly. I think I was a little bit more uh, blunt than that. I was a little uptight, a little upset at lunchtime about it. So, but now I'm seeing this report that says that, and I quote, this is from Raw Story. It says the House voted Wednesday to pass a health care measure that sidesteps the impending expiration of enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies, effectively allowing them to disappear by year's end. Um, so the way they phrased that, I don't know if it's just because I'm tired or what, but it's like I feel like that sentence contradicts itself three times within one sentence. Um, they voted to pass a healthcare measure that sidesteps the impending expiration of the subsidies, effectively allowing them to disappear by year's end. Well, they were already scheduled to disappear at the end of the year. That was the whole point. We had to get the subsidies redone, for people to continue to afford their health care. Um, it goes on to say that Speaker Johnson's had a narrow victory. The House voted 216 to 211. Um, and it was that close because there was significant turmoil within Republican ranks as moderate members staged an open rebellion throughout the day. Well, thank you, moderate Republicans. I greatly appreciate you doing that. Where the hell have you been, and why haven't you done something before? So it says, let me kind of finish this out here. It says, okay, however, the report noted the House bill faces certain death in the Senate, so we still got work to do. We got senators to call, and does little to resolve the deepening Republican divide on the expiring subsidies, which stand to send millions of Americans' premiums soaring. Um, Now, of course, they've had over 10 years to give us this wonderful, magnificent healthcare plan that's going to pay for everything and it's not going to cost us more money. That's been 10 years in the making. They hadn't proposed one bill yet. Nothing. Nada. Zero. So it's like, what what's the deal? What's the holdup? Why the hell can't y'all make up your mind? Um, Either be honest and come right out and tell the American people, fuck you, we don't want you to have health care. We'd rather you die in the streets. Or, yes, let's see if we can't make health care easier, more affordable, more effective, so that people have better health, so that they can work longer and be able to take care of their families, yada, yada, yada. Basically, that's the choice of what it's coming down to. So, this means that we've got some phone calls to make to the Senate to tell them to get up off their ass and get this passed. Of course, then comes the fight of it going to the White House, where the current occupant, I'm sure, is quite sure to be done with it. But the point being is that at least this forces the hands of the Republicans to be able to effectively say to the American people, fuck you, we don't want you to have health care. Now, we can send billions with a B, billions of dollars to other countries so that their people have universal health care. We can spend billions of dollars with a B to the Pentagon for things that they don't need and extra money that they say they don't need. But we can't afford to provide health care for the American people. Huh, I wonder why that is. I'm sure you hear the sarcasm in my voice at this point. I wonder why that is. I mean, have they been bought and paid for effectively by the insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies to prevent Americans from having decent health care? I don't understand their thinking on this because, okay, with all of these cuts that they're doing to healthcare and to the American people, they're shutting down rural hospitals. So people don't even have a freaking hospital they can go to without having to drive 2, 3, 4, 5 hours further distance to get to medical care. Um, you have people who will no longer be able to just go to the doctor when they get sick, get it diagnosed, get a prescription for medication, and then be able to get well quicker so they can go back to work. No, no. They would rather we have to wait until it becomes catastrophic care, where we then have to go to the emergency rooms to get emergency care treatment that 9 out of 10 times takes a person beyond the point of being able to heal them. So it's like, what's the point? And then people want to bitch about how much it costs if you go to the hospital. Why am I paying $500 for a fucking Tylenol? Because of the insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies. That's why. I mean, it doesn't take but maybe an hour of time of Googling all of this and reading up on it to see what the hell is going on. So I grabbed my forecaster oracle. This is Trish James' new deck, which I really, really like. And I thought, okay, I know now that the that well, it was there and now it's gone. Jesus, now my brain's freaking out on me. We know that prices are going to go up. It's going to get really bad. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to lose their health care. There are millions of Americans who have already lost their Medicaid coverage because of the stupid new rules they wanted to invoke and take that away. I mean, this personally affects my family. It means my son lost his health care. If he has another heart attack, I don't know what we're going to do. I can't afford that. He can't afford that. He qualified for Medicaid because of the PTSD and the adult ADHD that he has, as well as several other issues. And now we've got heart disease on top of it. Go figure. I mean, I don't understand their thinking that it's okay to give other countries billions of dollars so that their people have universal health care. It's okay to spend upwards of $100 million in less than a year for the current occupant of the White House to go run his fat ass up and down a golf course and cheat. it's okay for us to spend millions of dollars for the cabinet to buy airliners with no engines, or to put in personal makeup room uh, 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 facilities in the Pentagon, so that the Secretary of War, which legally can't be called that really, it's the Secretary of Defense, so that he can be camera ready, you know, that we can spend millions of dollars for Ms. Noam to run around in her cosplay costumes, and for her fake ass promo ads that she does. It's ridiculous the amount of money that this administration in less than a year has spent on ridiculous cosmetic. I, the words I want to say are really ugly, so I'm not going to say them. But it's ridiculous that they are using our tax dollars to pay for these people to run around and play dress up instead of doing things for the American people. And in the meantime, the American people are getting shit on left, right, front, back, all the way around. Because, of course, we don't matter. Okay, distill the anger. Let's chill a minute. So, I thought, as I start dropping cards, you know I'm getting upset when I start dropping cards. So, I guess my first question is, will the Senate have the balls to extend the health care subsidies so that the American people can afford their health care? Let's start there. Authoritarian response, forced compliance. Well, that doesn't sound very good. Cognitive disruption, shift in thinking. We're seeing that with the moderates. They're starting to realize these people are not going to get me reelected. And we've got constituents that we've got to go home and face. Then we get unveiled truth. Tell all. Well, isn't that interesting? And then we get crowning royal leadership, of which we have none. And then unseen connection, hidden dynamics. There's a lot of that going on right now. So, okay. So with that first one, that's kind of a draw. Some good, some bad. It's going to require us to roll up our sleeves and do something about this, okay? We got to just face that bullet. We can't sit around and pretend like everything's fine and I don't have to get involved. That game is over. If you want this country to remain a democracy, if you want to be able to keep health care of some way, shape, or form, you're going to have to roll up your sleeves and get dirty. It's time to fight. Because obviously, the majority in the leadership does not have our best interest at heart at all. Breakthrough, successful outcome. Well, that makes me feel good. Let's see, what's next here? Optimistic approach, improved situation. Well, I like that even better. And I know the background screen thing is weird, but I'm not pulling my screen back out. Oh, shit. Yeah. Ow. Come back here. I'm not pulling that screen back out and my room behind me is a mess. All right, what just jumped and flew out? Ethical override. Logic versus empathy. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing here, y'all. Shelterless displacement, or shelterless crisis displacement. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of displaced people if it keeps on going the way it's going. What the hell? And then population swell containment. So this is something they're going to try to contain this. They're going to try to pretend like, oh yeah, they're all for us. And they're not. I don't know, the cat's freaking out over there. So hang on, let me go see what the hell's going on with the cat. Okay. Minou and Bruno decided it was time to have an all-out cat fight.
You okay out here?
Yeah, the cats are just like having a cat fight.
Do I need to separate you two?
So, God, do I need to separate them? It's like dealing with children. So let's see. What's our last little question? I'm gonna wrap this up because this was just something I just saw the article and my bullshit meter went off the chart. Will we have some kind of assistance for healthcare starting in January of 2026? Is that going to happen? Will we have some kind of subsidy assistance with healthcare in January 2026? Cyber attack, data breach. Well, many thanks to the doggy pack that decided to go in and breach all of our data. So you've got private companies that now own all of our data. Think about that. That's a big thank you to the Muskrat Man and his doggy pack that includes Mr. Big Balls. Economic pressure, cost of living. This is going to seriously affect our cost of living, folks. You stop and think about how much you pay for your health care right now. Now, double, triple, quadruple that amount that you're going to have to pay out every paycheck. Can you afford that? If you have to pay that, can you still afford to eat? Can you still afford to pay your rent, pay your utilities, buy food, put gas in your car to go to work? I'm just saying. We get shelterless crisis again, displacement. There's going to be a lot of freaking people that are going to be displaced. One more here. Strategic pivot, course correct. All right, I like that. That's a good one to end on right there. So there's a good chance that maybe, just maybe, we might actually get something done for us that is to our benefit. I'm so tired of these rich ass, snowflake, whiny ass men who are so fragile and so cowed that anybody that says a word against them, oh my God, you would think it was the end of the world. Anybody that wants to hold them accountable to the same ethical guidelines that they expect us to live by, heaven forbid, you would think you're asking them to cut off their penis and give up their firstborn. I mean, basically, is that what this is coming down to? Who's got the bigger penis? Because obviously none of them have a big one. If they did, they wouldn't be so damn hell bent on stripping everything away from Americans that they can. Why these people hate Americans to the degree that they hate us is truly mind boggling. It really is. And I have nothing against somebody being a millionaire, a billionaire, a quadrillionaire, whatever. If you've earned that money, good for you. You've earned that money. But are you taking care of the people who help you earn that money? Or are you jerking them out of their their fair share so you can stuff more in your pocket? There's only so much money you can spend in a lifetime. I mean, there's only so many super duper super yachts that you can buy before it's just stupidity. Um, there's only so many pairs of pants that you can buy and wear within a given year. I mean, it's truly insulting their opinion of the American people and how much they hate American people, the American people. It really is. And the current occupant is leader of the pack. He hates all of us more than we draw breath. And why is that? I'll tell you why it is. It's because he doesn't have a big penis. He's not smart. He's one of the stupidest people I've ever seen in my life. And all he cares about is himself, nobody else. According to him, he's the only one that matters. And I'm sorry to say, that ain't even close to the truth. All right. Unveil truth. Tell all. That's what we need. And that's where a lot of this is coming. Because every time there's a big dump of the Epstein file stuff, he goes off the deep end. And now they're talking about he's got this big plan now that he wants to unnaturalize naturalized citizens. That's people who come to this country and they work and they do the job and they study and they take the test and they become a naturalized citizen. And he's wanting to strip their citizenship from them just because he can. And it doesn't stop there. Bear that in mind. It does not stop there. If they manage to push something like that through, you think you and me are safe just because we were born here? They've got all our data. What's to stop them from changing a little information here and there and then boot your ass out and say you're not an American at all? You think I'm being ridiculous? Start reading your history books. I'm not being ridiculous. All right. Social control, social media. That's how they've managed to do a lot of this shit, is because they've managed to buy up just about all the social media, or at least those that own the social media, so that they are at their beck and call. Financial abundance, growth, and expansion. For them, it ain't happening for us right now. Rising tide, inundation. Yeah. They plan on flooding the zone. They're pretty damn good at doing that too, if you haven't noticed yet. Anytime they want to get a certain idea or a certain thought through, they flood the zone. They all come out. They say and repeat the same damn words, word for word, sentence by sentence. It's like listening to somebody just press play on a tape player and hear the same thing come out of their mouths. Roll exit, closing the door. That's our job. It's time for us to close the door on these people. Flight path, travel. Well, that's going to be kind of fun to do when you don't have a freaking engine in your airplane. I say these people were stupid. These people are stupid. Climate reckoning, Earth response. Have y'all looked around at the weather lately? Has it been normal in your area? No, it hasn't been normal in my area. I think Mother Earth has just about had her fill of these jackasses. Developing now in motion. That just gives me what I need for what I've been saying. The fight has just begun, the actual fighting. And we have got to roll up our sleeves, get down in the mud, and start fighting dirty. Because that's what they're doing. And it's real nice to take the high road, da 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 da. Fantastic. That only works when both sides play by the same set of rules. When one side refuses to play by the rules, then the rule book gets thrown out and it's anything goes. And that's where we're at. Anything goes. And that's something we got to get across to our representatives and our senators, our mayors, our governors, whatever. We need to let them know enough is enough. You have overshot your shot. And now we're coming for you. So y'all get ready. We're going to have to get in the mud. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get dirty. And it's going to get dangerous. Now, I'm not advocating for violence or anything along those lines. I don't believe in violence. That's not me. But I got to be ready to protect my back and protect my family when they come at me with violence. Because I stand up and say, enough's enough. That's what it's come down to. That's what I mean by we got to get down in the mud and get dirty. Because that's what it's going to come to. You want to feed your kids? You want to provide a roof over their head? Or not? That's what it's come down to. And that's something that every single American in this country has got to go to bed and think about. That's something every damn American has to think about. Do we want to feed our kids? Do we want to take care of our families? Do we want to provide a roof over their heads? Well, if you answer yes to any of those, it's time to roll up your sleeves, get down in the mud and the gunk and the ick and fight dirty. They're so used to us playing by the rules that they have overstepped mightily because they don't think we'll fight back. And I think they're in for a rude awakening. I've talked to enough people, Republican and Democrat, who are at the point of saying enough is enough. And if it comes down to me protecting my family and feeding my kids and providing a roof over their head, I'm going to be the winner, not them. And that's what it comes down to. All right. Thank y'all for letting me vent. I just had to get that off my chest. I was pissed off when I read it. I keep looking for that kernel of hope. Spirit keeps giving it to me a little bitty flecks at a time. But it's like, we need a win. We need a major win. That's what I keep telling Spirit. People can only be pushed so far before they either A, fight back, or B, give up. And I'm more worried that there are more of us willing to give up than there are willing to fight back. And I don't know where that boundary is at. Fight back. Don't give in. Don't give in. Don't give up. Fight back. This is our country. Our strength is in our diversity. Our strength is in relying on one another, not being lied into thinking this one's better than that one because of their skin color or their religion. That's another couple more big lies that we get spoon-fed to us day in and day out. Enough's enough, man. Enough's enough. All right, y'all have a good night. I feel a little better venting. Thank you for allowing me to do that. Now I'm going to go sit on my patio and smoke a cigarette, calm down the rest of the way, and go to bed. Because I got to get up at 5 a.m. and go to work in the morning. Y'all have a great day. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I'm so ready for the new year to get here. I'm so done with 2025. This has been a sucky ass year. I'm ready for a new year to roll in. I really am. And it's going to be a 1 year. That's good. That's real good. So y'all get prepared. Get prepared. Because we're about at the point where it's going to be game on. Let's do it. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for letting me vent, blow off some steam. Thank you, Trish, for your fantastic cards. I love these cards. This is her new Forecaster Oracle deck. I really like these cards a lot. Very spot on. All right. Y'all have a good one. We'll talk again tomorrow. I'll see you for the affirmation in the morning. Bye for now.